When you secure yourself, you don't give a shit about the friend zone. You don't care about the friend zone or not, because if that person is playing games, you're already on your purpose and you already can move on. Or if you're in your purpose, you're willing to be patient with that person because you understand that what you're doing is more important anyway. So that's not a priority for you anyway. It's just something that if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. So let's just kind of get that out the way. It's not always a bad thing. But if you don't want to be friend zone, if you're trying to be in a relationship, or if you're just trying to get whatever sex, whatever transaction you're trying to get, if you don't want to be friends with the person, but you just like the person for another reason, or maybe it's business or whatever it may be, it don't always have to be far as pertaining to a relationship. It can be pertaining to different things. The friend zone, okay, is the zone people put you in when they are not interested.
All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. If you got, stay strapped before you die smoking. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. Ain't no competition, I'm God's chosen. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. If you got, stay strapped before you die smoking. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. Ain't no competition, I'm God's chosen. I can't hide my face from my people in the revolution. I gotta get out, help them get the retribution. Give my contribution, give my heart daily. And even if they don't pay me, I do it crazy. For free, be what we gotta be. Not the army, but it's you and me. Black Panther, Black Power, we ride it. Understand, gotta help out or we reside it. Gotta build in the home, build our domes. Build with the knowledge, fuck college. Yeah, fuck that bullshit, let's get rich. Understand, gotta live it. And got 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. If you got, stay strapped before you die smoking. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. Ain't no competition, I'm God's chosen. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. If you got, stay strapped before you die smoking. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. Ain't no competition, I'm God's chosen. Gotta stay strapped.
Peace, love, life, balance. Welcome to Soul Life Balance, Universoul. Now, coming to y'all see the title of the video, how to avoid the friend zone, or why you are in the friend zone. Now, this is the balance channel. So, unlike my other channel that I'm addressing men, I look at both sides of the spectrum on this channel, and we balance things out. And we deal with, like I say all the time, universal laws, universal principles, just to give you a better perspective on what's the balanced perspective versus one extreme or the other. So we're going to talk about why males are in the friend zone and why females get in the friend zone. Okay? Now, the friend zone, let me just say this. I'm going to say this right. Go over some basic things about being friend zone. Friend zone, right? The friend zone is not a bad thing all the time. A lot of y'all are just impatient or not understanding that the friend zone is okay. When you secure yourself, you don't give a shit about the friend zone. You don't care about the friend zone or not, because if that person is playing games, you're already on your purpose and you already can move on. Or if you're in your purpose, you're willing to be patient with that person because you understand that what you're doing is more important anyway. So that's not a priority for you anyway. It's just something that if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. So let's just kind of get that out the way. It's not always a bad thing. But if you don't want to be friend zone, if you're trying to be in a relationship, or if you're just trying to get whatever sex, whatever transaction you're trying to get. If you don't want to be friends with the person, but you just like the person for another reason, or maybe it's business or whatever it may be, it don't always have to be far as pertaining to a relationship. It can be pertaining to different things. The friend zone, okay, is the zone people put you in when they are not interested. And particularly a romantic relationship. Sometimes, as I just talked about that, but particularly a romantic relationship, okay? They're not interested in that when they put you in the friend zone. usually when someone puts you in the friend zone, they've already determined that you're not who they want on that level. The reason being because when you do any studies about connection, about how humans connect, how we mate, we're at the end of the day, we're all animals. We're more advanced and intelligent, but we're all animals. Mating is instant. Mating is, you know right away. You know right away if you want to have sex with a person, if you can see yourself with that person romantically. Now, it may take out time to work out the details. You may have to vet that person to see, to weigh, assess the risk versus the reward, but you know right away how far you're willing to go with a person. Unless you're delusional and you want to say, or you have some type of other issue. Most people know right away what they want to do when they meet an individual. I know I do. Now, do I act on it? Can that change? Of course. But I'm talking about raw initial attraction. You know right away how you feel about a person or how attracted you are, how far you're willing to go. That's not something that takes time. Now, the building up of what it's going to be may take time, but that doesn't take any time at all. That is instant. However, a lot of y'all out here and you're giving off energy, friend zone energy. All right, you're giving off the energy that you're not a person that's going to be romantically interesting, or you're not a person that's going to be interesting on the level of connection, far as mating, far as sexually, far as intellectually, whatever it may be. Things that's beyond the friend. If you're trying to touch a person emotionally, it might not be a connection there. There's no emotional attachment. There's no necessity attachment, because men and women look for different things. We're going to talk about that. So let's go with the women first. The women first. I'm saying, when I say women first, I'm going to talk about women. Why do guys you're interested in friend zone you? Okay, I'm speaking from a man's perspective. I'm going to say this. All the things I just said. If a man's friend zoning you as a man, he has no sexual interest in you. Okay? Because men, we are very sexual creatures. I mean, women, y'all are too. People in general for the most part. But if a man is friend zoning you, that means that you have not demonstrated enough sexual arousal for him. Okay? That's pretty much the main thing. This part's going to be short for the women. That's pretty much going to be 90% of the situation. Now I'm going to give some other situations. He may see red flags. Men, we're more logical. So if a man sees certain red flags or certain issues that he feels could arise, he may be attracted to you. He may want you more as a friend, but he'll have pause because he sees certain red flags about you. For the viewers out there, when I say red flags, that's just something that you see that's a warning sign or a sign of future trouble. I mean, we all most of it, but some of y'all may not. They see red flags. Another reason a man may put you in the friend zone if you're a woman is that he sees that you are extra. How can I put this? He sees that you are clingy, or that you're needy, or that you're desperate. So a man that sees that, he may acquire the physical sex from you, but because he sees your desperation as a red flag or a weakness, or why is this woman desperate? It's going to raise concern. He's not going to be willing to move as quick far as taking you on as a partner. So that's another reason. He sees desperation. He sees clinginess. He thinks that you're going to. A lot of us men, we kind of want peace, quiet, and freedom. So if we feel like you're going to always be in our space, like overly in our space, not the caring type in the space where you're always there, dependable space. It's the difference between being dependable and clingy. It's a fine line. But if he sees you as clingy instead of dependable, he's going to put you in that friend zone. Now, the bad thing for women is that with women, because how men operate, I'm being honest, you can be in the friend zone and still be having sex. When you're on the opposite side as a woman, versus where when the woman's putting the man in the friend zone, oftentimes the man is not getting sex. So it can be very confusing and frustrating for a woman to be in that zone by a man. And my advice I would give to a woman who feel that she's in that friend zone from a man is that she needs to move forward. All right, she needs to move forward and create a need if she wants that guy, or just move forward. I would say, because you talk a lot about women. You see on these dating channels, they say, well, once you detach yourself from a woman, she'll get more interesting. That's not just women, that's for men too. I've had women who I friend zone and they like took themselves away. You know, we call it in sales. I run a sales company, marketing company. It's called fear of loss. When something's presented to someone and it's taken away, your natural instinct is to reach back towards it. So that happens with men and women. When you take yourself away, sometimes that person will reach back. But I would suggest not moving forward because that person didn't show you initially what you wanted. You had to work for that. Unless you really feel that person's worth that and you sincerely feel like they're going to keep you out of that zone. My thing is once friend zone, always friend zone. With somebody, I'm not saying someone you meet and they're trying to vet you, or maybe they have some drawback. I'm talking about where they actually just say, hey, they make a declaration that you're a friend. Those situations, oftentimes when you try to elevate it, if they see you as that for especially a period of time, and then all of a sudden they see you something different, that you got to give a little bit of pause, okay? Because you got to give a little bit of pause. I'm not saying they don't work. I've seen them where they successfully work like that, but you have to give pause, okay? So that's pretty much, it's more again too for the woman, but those are the main things, okay? He doesn't feel, the sexual attraction's not there. He's not going to, he feels like he may be too clingy, he may be too much into his space. He sees red flags. Maybe he thinks that maybe you have something that he doesn't really want to be in his life long term. That's why communication is good. Maybe if you're a single mother, he doesn't want to be a hard thing for a lot of men to say, especially in society. That a lot of men are discouraged to talk honestly about that. Maybe you have an crazy ex, or maybe you have, whatever it may be. It could be a lot of different things. It could be, just your financial situation. It could be anything. But men, because we move logically a lot of times, when you see red flags, we'll rotate to that friend zone. We'll put you in that friend zone. That's how men do it. We do it kind of more preemptive. Whereas as women, y'all kind of do it. Y'all do it preemptive. Y'all do it in action. Y'all do it post relationship. There's no limit to how y'all do it. And that's what brings us to the men. Now, for the men, we're gonna talk about the men. The men, the reason you get friend zone, I'm gonna start here. It starts with this: sexual attraction. All right, same for the women. She does not see any sexual attraction in you. She does not. You don't make her wet. You don't make her feel horny. You don't make her feel. Women respond to. They're very emotional, hormonal. You have to make her You have to appeal to their emotions and to their physicality. They may tell you that they want a guy to relate to them and all. You don't listen to what, I know this is said a lot, but it's very true. Don't listen to what they're telling you. Go by their nature, okay? Go by their nature. They're not looking for you to, no woman's really looking for you to listen to her emotions and try to fix her emotions. They may take that as a temporary custom. They don't want that. They want a man to come in and establish communications and appeal to their emotions vicariously. They don't want you to intentionally appeal to their emotions. That's what a lot of you men mess up. You think that following her around or doing this is going to do anything. That's not going to work with a woman. That's going to leave you in the friend zone. That's going to leave y'all in that zone. You're going to be zoned up, okay? 2-3 friend zone, 3-2 friend zone, whatever. A 1-1-2, a boxing 1. Whatever you want for my basketball fans out there, whatever you want to call it, you want to stay in that zone. Because you can't listen to her. I'm going to say it like Patrice O'Neal used to always say, rest in peace, rest in power, brother, the great comedian. You cannot listen to her. You can't let a fish tell you how to catch it, brother. You can't do that. Okay? Understand the woman's nature. Take time out for yourself. Get to know their nature. You know how to appeal to them. Okay, be kind, be confident. That's my next point. In addition to sexual attraction, she does not see that you are she doesn't see confidence. Okay, she doesn't see that you're sure of yourself. There's instability. Remember, women are creatures of security. They will choose security over everything. they will get with, that's why you'll see a woman with a man who look like Danny DeVito, but his bankroll is right because she's trying to be secure. She's thinking about how she gonna be able to feed herself. Women are by nature survivalists. So if they see any leaks of your security game, they see that you are not stable, you don't have to be a super rich. They at least have something tangible, like you're working towards something at the minimum. If they don't see any ambition, anything tangible, a woman gonna move around. A woman, y'all gotta understand this is how it is. A lot of y'all quiet about that, y'all inbox me about that, but that's just how it is. That's female nature. They are going to go with, they're gonna choose security over everything at the end of the day. They're gonna secure themselves before they do anything at the end of the day. All right? They're gonna choose security over sex, over even the, I know we're talking about them being emotional, but even their emotions for the most part. Now, will some choose other things over that? Sure, of course. It's always exception to the rule. But women want security. They want security, they want confidence. So they don't see sexual attraction, they don't see confidence, they don't see security that will cause them to put you in that friend zone all day, every day. Okay? All day, every day. Those three things. They're not feeling you in that way in the first place. Another reason, man, why you get put in the friend zone, she does not believe you are masculine. She sees a feminine qualities in you. Okay? Once she does not see you as a masculine man, as a man that's effeminized, she will lose respect for you. So she may not have the balls to call that out. Most women are not going to just come out and say, hey, you acting like, you got some women who are masculine, but a feminine woman, a woman who's a feminine woman, she's not going to call that out like that. She's just going to show you by how her actions. She's going to be distant. She's going to start to pull away from you. She's going to say things like, I'm not happy. Shout out to Coach Greg. That's one of the big sound effects in there, but I'm not happy. You hear that? That's the death knell. That's when, or if you, like I said, women's friend zone radius can be preemptive in the beginning, middle, end. It's not like ours. Like, man, we don't really want to put women in the friend zone. Like how we're not as itchy to do. We don't got our trigger finger. They'll do it any time. They'll be with you and be into you all the way, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever. And then once they see you slipping and lacking, friend zone, you're right there. Another thing is, a big thing with men is when women see desperation in a man. If they see that you're thirsty or you're desperate, if they see that you are in lack, meaning that you are clingy as a man, which is way worse than a woman. You're clingy as a man. You're constantly pursuing her or sweating her. You're overdoing it. They're going to put you in the friend zone right away. Okay? They're going to see you as creepy. They're going to see as that. You can approach women. I'm all for approaching women and being a man and setting the tone. But once you present yourself as a man, once you present your value, you don't have to be, if you always having to prove and show off, they're not going to see that you can be, because a lot of guys trying to impress you with money. The best case scenario you're going to get out there is just going to target you and get them. They're not going to see that as a reason to love you or be with you or even give themselves sexually to you. They're going to see that as a weakness, either take advantage of that or distance themselves. So they're going to see insecurities. When they see any insecurities, they see you being in lack, not having an abundance mindset, in chase mode. They are going to friend zone, okay? So you got to keep your confidence together. You got to keep basically, man, you hear this all the time, it's a broken record, but you have to build yourself up. Take honest assessments of yourself, okay? If you don't have your life together, and if you're not fully confident in your life and your livelihood as a man and how you move as a man, guess what? A woman definitely not going to be confident in you. Definitely, you can guarantee that she's not going to have any confidence in you. If you don't have confidence in yourself, be honest with yourself, not false confidence. I'm talking real, actually manifest. She doesn't see she can actually manifest that, then she is going to disappear, man, or put you in that friend zone. So the friend zone is something that you have to see the signs, okay, that you're being put in the friend zone, whether you're male or female. The person, if you have to do all the initiating, okay, you got to do all the initiating. If they're not proud of you, they're not willing to display you, okay, as a man. Women want to display their men. We think that they're the trophies, but no, we're actually the trophies, surprisingly, even more so. When they have a man that they feel confident in, they want to be in public with that man. They want to be on that man. They want to display that, okay? And if she's not doing that, trust me, you're in the friend zone and you're headed to the friend zone. Now, another thing is too, is that you have to understand is that you cannot, as a man, you cannot try to force your way out of the friend zone, okay? I'm gonna tell you, this is even more so for men and women. Once you're in the friend zone, you have to remove yourself, man. Either accept that you're in the friend zone and actually be a friend, or remove yourself. That's the solution for both genders. You cannot try to force it out the friend zone. It has to naturally happen. But if it's like I said before, if you're not, once you get put there, that initial attraction, I'm a big believer, and then you start how you finish. If you notice most things in your life that you started and finished, that you went all the way through it, you finish how you started. You got a good start, you finish good. You started out bad, even if you tried to work it out, all your work to try to get over the bad start, man, it ended bad because you was building up too much to try to get over the bad start. That's how life works a lot of times. You know, so it's the same thing, relationships. If you get off to a bad foot, or if she doesn't see you as a man or alpha or whatever you want to be, masculine, she's probably going to not ever see you. So you need to not waste your time and be around women who actually will see you. Because as a man, you have a marketplace advantage where there's 8 to 1 of you. In some cases, 10, 12, 15, 30. In some cases, depending on how you want to match the demographic. So you don't have the women naturally can create, have value given to them, but they can create. Women have a gift. They can create. They can get men to feel like it's like they're scarce and they're not. And it's amazing. I see it all the time. Like, men are out here they're acting for a woman like she's the only woman and she's the only one and this is that. And then you look at her like, dude, like, that's like, you could go to Walmart and catch 10 of them. What are you doing? Now, some women separate themselves. I'm not talking about this. Separate themselves. That takes time to separate themselves. I'm talking about the initial attraction. If you're in that initial stage, that's when people are the most replaceable, okay? You're trying to push and force your way out the friend zone, you're going to just gain attachment, have all the power, and you're going to get, and even if you do achieve that, you're going to get brokenhearted or get let down in the end because you didn't naturally, it wasn't naturally there. You had to push yourself to get it, okay? So, that's being said, my video, just a quick video on the friend zone, all right? Stay out the friend zone or stay in the friend zone. Listen, before I go out, fellas, this is for the fellas particularly. The friend zone can be your best friend, especially if you're a man that's trying to deal with multiple women. Okay, when you get put in that friend zone, that's what you can do in that zone is you keep in contact, keeping tabs while building your value, while having other women, while having the ability to show that you can be pre-selected. Because women will take you out of the friend zone if they see value, if they see something that you gotta remember, they're the ones who actually is scarcity. So a woman, even though I just said, I know it's gonna sound kind of, but it's not, just listen to me. She will take you out of that friend zone. It may not be, now, if you're looking for pure love and raw attraction, okay, then you may not want to, but you're not want to attract. That's your part. Guys who just want other things or not caring about that. Or if you do care about that, maybe you can take those the dice on ability. But they will take you out of that friend zone once they see that you attain value or status. We talk about it all the time. Like what's the track say? Back then she didn't want me, now I'm hot, she all up on me. You know? Mike Jones, like Mike Jones? I think that's Mike Jones. If I'm wrong, if y'all can correct me in the comments, but that's how it be, man. A lot of times women, they'll see you coming up and you still got her in the friend zone, she gonna definitely reach out to you. If you want just a sexual encounter, or maybe you just want this, because I don't listen, you don't have to fall in love and get everything you want and have the Disney World fantasy to have a successful relationship. It's some women who I dealt with for 6 months and the whole relationship was successful because I got what I wanted, she got what she wanted, and it was just for that time. Everybody's not forever, you know. And learn and accept that. So with that being said, I'm gonna sign out now. Peace, love, life, and balance. Like I said, hey, know what you want, but know what you gotta pay to get it. Peace, love, life, and balance. Peace, family.